Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. Between now and 2015, oil and gas companies will receive more than $78 billion in federal subsidies. Most of these subsidies won't appear in any spending bill. In fact, they're not considered spending at all. Instead, they will take the form of tax breaks, what economists call tax expenditures. And oil and gas companies are hardly the only beneficiaries of these kind of expenditures. A recent article in the Washington Post pointed out that American taxpayers received as much in tax credits, deductions, and other perks as they paid in income taxes, a bit more than $1 trillion in each case. While tax breaks like the ethanol credit are rightly denounced, they're only a small part of the $1 trillion. Some of these tax breaks do serve a worthwhile purpose, like the cost of charitable deductions, approximately $50 billion a year to the taxpayers, 5% of the total. But what American society receives in exchange is worth many times that, especially when you consider that if private charities weren't performing these services, the responsibility would fall on the taxpayer. Many of the rest, however, serve no worthwhile purpose. They exist because a privileged few have the means to hire lobbyists and other people with clout to help them get a piece of the tax expenditure pie. Lobbyists in turn gain access and influence through campaign contributions. Everybody wins. If by everybody you mean those with the resources to play the game. Of course, only a relative handful of people have those kind of resources. The rest of us can only watch and, as is increasingly the case, become disillusioned and angry about what has happened to the government of, by, and for the people. In the end, the greatest impact of these tax breaks isn't their impact on the Treasury, as great as that is. It's their impact on the consent of the governed. Our experiment in self-government is an act of faith. Faith in our ideals and faith in each other. Take away that and it won't matter how great our professed ideals are. All the credits, deductions, and other perks will not make up for the damage this loss of faith in our government will cause. Then, of course, there's a matter of simple justice. We Christians believe that we're to render to Caesar what is his. Paying taxes is acknowledged and accepted in the Bible. But what is never acceptable in the Bible is preferential treatment for a privileged few. And that's why the time has come. Reform the tax code. Close these loopholes that provide no benefit to society, and by the way, that'll help reduce the deficit, and level the playing field for all. I'm Chuck Colson. That's this week's 2-Minute Warning.